Hello and welcome everybody. My name is Savage and today we're going to be having a look at Quant against its USDT pair. We're going to be having a look at whether we think this is going to start falling off or do we potentially still have some upside potential to this. These are the questions we're going to be getting into shortly. But first I'd like to say thank you for watching this video, and if you'd like to show your support, please smash that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and feel free to comment with any feedback that you may have below. While you're down there, why not come down and find us in the Discord? There's a link in the description. Come have a chat with us. Once you land in the general chat area, just add mention a member of staff and we'll be happy to help you out. Also in the description, you will find an affiliate link to BYBIT. This is one of the best exchanges in our opinion. Whether you want to leverage trade or just spot trade, it really is a great exchange to use. Okay, so let's get into this price action then. So there's a few ways we can look at this, and it's probably better if I go over that first. So there isn't a lot of information for quant. Um, so it's hard to say which context this is in, whether it's a move to the upside, as in we've got this as a completed correction and we're looking to form a B wave low and then look to progress into the upside as an A, B, C, or whether we are going to be looking at the other potential, which if I just switch over here quickly, here we go, this one, or whether we are going to be looking for continuation to the downside, and this is just merely a B wave in our journey that we've had to the upside as an A, a B, and a C up until this point. So these are the two options that we're going to be going over. I'm going to just switch this back to the upside potential for now, and then we'll jump into the smaller time frame here. And basically, let's have a look at what we got. Okay, so within this move here, we were looking for a B wave. So we've got a 5-wave move into this low here, and we've come up in what seems like corrective structure here. So if we just quickly turn on the this one, so I'm going to clear some of this off, and basically I'll go through it now. Yeah. So basically, if we jump down back into the 1 hourly time frame, this is probably going to be a bit clearer. There we go. Yeah, so if we look at this move here, we can count this as a 3-wave move to the upside here, with a X wave to the bottom here, and then a completed Y wave. So this could be a complete corrective wave, and that's called a WXY. It's a 333. So there is a possibility that this is what's happened here, and now we are potentially looking to move back to the downside here. So this option is looking at the potential that we could have a move here where from this high point here. So actually I think this Y is actually over here, to be honest. I think this is the location. It's hard to read because we could have it here and then this is a B, and then we have this as a diagonal move here as an ending diagonal, and that would be A, B, and C to this low. And then potentially we could be looking to move up from this point. But basically, sorry, to move up from this point here. But if we have a look at the 1 hour stochastic, the 4 hour stochastic, and the 8 hour, the 8 hour is neutral, but the 1 hour and the 4 hour is still quite overbought. So it's probable that we're going to start to see some rejection soon, or at least some kind of a retracement. If this retracement fails to break back down past this 114.9 area, then it's possible that this could actually be a completed X wave, and then we could be looking to move back to the upside. Though it's more probable um, that we are going to see something rather like this, where we have this as an A, we move up to this B wave location, and then we move to the downside here. So if that's the case, we'd be looking at this as an A wave down here. Then this to me looks like a 5-wave move. We should be getting an additional fourth if this is the case. So we'll be getting a 1, 2, 3. No, actually, sorry, that's a bit higher. So it'll be a 1, 2, 3, and then we'll be looking for a fourth and a fifth. If that's the case, basically what we'll be looking for is potential to move down here to the 0.382 and then move to the upside and retest this other zone here. Let me just measure it out quickly. So I'll be looking to test out this area here between 127 to 126. So if that does play out and we get these moves here, basically what we'll be looking for then is a move to the downside, and this would effectively just become an A wave. We'd look for a retracement and a ABC to the upside. So if we measure this whole move, obviously we don't know exactly where this is going to land yet, or if it's going to go up here. But should it progress to the area that we've got stated there, maybe look to retrace down and retest this 0.618, which lines up with this top zone here. Then we could potentially be looking to a move to the upside here of, let's have a look off this zone, 121. So a 121 zone would bring us up here to this 131.4 area, and basically what that would do is that would put us up here in this zone. That would be an A, a B, and then we'd look to push down in a C should it progress like that. It is also possible that this move just rolls over from here, and if it does roll over from here, then basically what we would be looking at is the potential to move down towards the 0.618 line, which comes towards the 108 area. It's 107.9, but we'll just round it up. So if we do get this move to the downside here, it's possible that we could then look for progression up. And if the progression comes to the upside here from this zone, the 1-to-1 would bring us up to this 143 zone, which if I come out here onto the 4-hourly quickly, we can see we have this, I've got numbers doubled up here for some reason. But basically, if we delete these smaller ones, there we go. So the 0.618 is this 156.4, and this 138.7 is the 50% zone. So we could be looking to move back into this zone to retest it, and then basically looking for this this bigger B wave to be over here, and then we'd be looking to push down for the C wave low into the support zone. And basically this support zone goes from 96.20, which you can see we've just touched into, but it's more probable we're going to come down a bit lower in this. So if we had to move up to this 6.618 line, we could potentially be looking. Let me just drop this on the top here, if it will play games. Oh, it's playing. Come on. And down to this low over here, up to this high point here, and we'll be looking towards this 64.5 if we move up here to this zone. This 1-to-1 is currently off this B wave that we've had. So if we move down, so if we don't move up to this zone, potentially we could be looking to start dropping off straight to this area. But we would have to break this low and not find support in this area before we could sort of validate this. And we'd want to, if this was the case, we'd want to see 5-wave structure developing to the downside as well. So if I jump back into here on the shorter time frames, what we can see is we've got this potential of moving up here as a WXY. So if I just switch this off for a second, we will turn that back off, and there we go. Let's get rid of this so it's not in the way. The alternatives that we're looking at here are basically that we could be looking for. Now this is one that I'm just keeping an eye on, because should we retrace down into these zones, there is potential to look at this as a leading diagonal here. And basically what you'd be looking at, this would be then a 1, would be looking for a 2, and then a bigger push to the upside. Though that being said, the ideal impulse of this zone would only be this 183.7 area. So that would be the ideal, the typical wave 3 travel. It doesn't have to travel that far, but that's just typical where it goes. So basically that would then lead us to a move potentially up to this 215 should we develop into a 5-wave move. Though for this to remain valid, we would have to stay above this low point here, which let's just drop this on there for confirmation. Get on there. 94.3. 94.3 would invalidate, if we move down below 94.3, that would invalidate any upwards potential that we have with impulsiveness. Like I said, I'm not really a fan of this because even if we do count this as a diagonal into here, it could just be an A wave. We come down for a B and then we move up in a C. So it's not really high confidence that we can get a more impulsive move off of this. It's a little bit iffy, to be honest. Okay, so let's the alternative of what we want to look at here. So we've looked at some upside potentials here, and basically most of them are all looking to retest this B retracement area here that we have marked up before looking to the move to the downside. So that would then put us into this box here. And if we are looking at this upside potential that we have here, basically what we'd be looking at is forming this yellow B wave before looking to continue to the upside. And if we now switch this over again to the other option that we were looking at earlier, and let me turn that off, and we turn this on, there is also potential that we could be looking for some more downside. So we need to bear this in mind. So if we jump back into the 4-hourly, let's jump down here, let's go into auto, and if I actually come to the hourly, it's probably better. Turn on the, so I'm going to remove some of this again, and we can just go through it. So basically what we've got here is the potential that this could actually be a completed corrective move here. I don't think it is, so I think we are going to see some more upside, but this is just tracking potential that we could make a 5-wave move to the downside here. So like I said, this is not my preferred count, but it's possible that this could play out, so we need to just bear it in mind. So what we would be looking at here is the potential that we could have a 5-wave move that is potentially finished here, or it could have a fourth and another fifth to the upside. So you could count this in this way, where this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're forming a fifth wave here, although the structure isn't that great because it looks like a 3-wave move here, so it could still be there, and then that's actually probably more likely. So if we look at it like this, we go up 1, 2, up into this high, 3, 4, and then 5. This is probably what is more taking place right now. So that move would, so we're sitting we're really sitting in this typical rejection area for this fifth if this was the case. Um, it might have a little bit more upside, taking us towards this 125.9 area. But then effectively what we'd be looking at is for confirmation of this being complete. So confirmation would come by breaking back below this fourth wave low. And what we'd be looking for then is the potential that we could see this move come into play like this as an ABC to the upside. Now, until we break above this 133 area, we just have to bear in mind we can count this as a diagonal. So we need to be a bit cautious that if this move ends here, that we have a diagonal to start, which could always turn impulsive. Like we said earlier, it's not high confidence that it's going to do it, but there is a potential. So we need to just be wary of it. So if that's the case, and we do develop something like this where we have an A, a B, and a C up into this high point here, then we could be looking for rejection and looking to form impulsive structure to the downside. And what impulsive structure is it's trending structure. So this means that this will be trending to the downside. And then basically we would expect a 1, 2, 3, up in a fourth and down in a fifth, which could bring us towards this 100 to a 96.8 area. Moving above this 133 would invalidate this current option that I've got marked out here. This is just giving us a little bit of a roadmap. So in case we do start to break down from this point, we have some target areas. Now, that also being said, should we retrace and fail to hold this low point over here at 115.0, then it is possible that we could actually be starting this wave 2 from here, and this wasn't an impulsive move, and it's actually just a corrective move that looks like an impulsive move. If that's the case, then it would slightly adjust these these points. So if we don't move up, we could have a look at this being our high there, and then effectively this impulsive trigger or typical third wave travel area would be this 98.8. That would though, should this occur, we would then actually be looking at a deeper fifth wave, because we would have to look at this fourth wave coming into this zone here and then continuing to the downside further than it initially was forecasted with this. If that's the case, then this fifth wave could potentially look to target out this 96 cent to this 93.3 cent area. And basically, once, if that were to play out as we had it marked there, then what we would be looking out for is the fact that um, we would have taken this low. And by taking that low, we would have to assume that we're going to get continuation to the downside here. And if it isn't a five-wave move, like we had stated previously, then basically what we would be anticipating is a move down into these lows, a bounce back up probably towards this 116 area to this 111 area, somewhere in this zone. It could go a little bit higher, but generally this would line up with this bottom here. It would be quite neat. So we could potentially be looking at something like this. If I drag this down, put the one on there, we could be looking for potential as a ABC at least down towards this 82 cent area. Though with that being said, we need to bear in mind that we are still potentially looking for a bigger five-wave move to the downside. And if that is the case, and basically this would then be potential to be a 1-2 situation, we would be forming another 1 and a 2, and then we'd be looking for confirmation of moving down towards these lower ranges. This third wave, it depends how the structure forms, so it's not really worth me plotting it out that much now, because this could all invalidate, and then like I said, this is I do think that we're going to come down and bounce back to the upside, but this is the potential in case we don't do that. So I hope that you found this all information useful, and if you enjoyed watching this video and you haven't already, please hit that like button and that subscribe button, and this really helps us out. I hope everyone has a great day, and until we meet again next time in the next video, keep safe everybody.